Hey everyone, Mr. Armitage here. In this video, we are doing another extra example from Chapter 4.4, Factoring by Greatest Common Factor. This is part 2 of 3. So in this one, we are to factor completely 5y to the 6th minus 125y to the 4th. Now, what we need to notice here is that there are things in common between our two terms. So we can see that both of these are divisible by 5, right? We have this 5y to the 6th, okay? 5 can be divided by 5, which means that 5 is a factor of 5. Seems redundant, but trust me. And 125 can also be divided by 5 evenly. Right? Which means that 5 is a factor of 125. So let's get to work. Okay, so in our first part, we can take out the 5. And that leaves us y to the 6th. Now, you may jump ahead and factor out more at once, but I'm going to take my time. So then minus 5. Actually, you know what? It needs to be positive, doesn't it? Because the one in front is positive. So plus 5 times negative 25y to the 4th. Okay? Because we took out that positive 5 for y to the 6th. So we need to take out that positive 5 for the other one, leaving the negative attached to the 25. Now, ultimately, does it matter? No, as long as you keep track. But this is a way of keeping track, especially because a lot of mistakes are made by mixing up or forgetting or adding negatives. Okay. So from here, we can take the 5 out of both terms easily. So we have 5 times y minus 6, right? We could not do this if the 5 was negative, minus 25y to the 4th. Now we might see something else. Okay. There are other things we can factor out. If you look at part 1 of the video, part 1 in this video series, okay, you can see here we can take out up to 4 y's. Okay. So here is how we will do it. Okay. We have 5 times, and I'm just going to do it in blue. No, we'll do it in this yellow. Okay. So we're taking out y to the 4th from both of them, leaving us with y squared there in the first one. And once again, let's go ahead and leave the negative attached to the 25. Well, actually, since we're factoring it out, it doesn't matter. But we are going to. Okay. So plus, now we have another y to the 4th times negative 25. Okay. Now we can take out that y to the 4th and bring it outside our outermost parentheses, giving us 5y to the 4th times, okay, now what's left over? Y squared minus 25. Okay. Now that we have this, okay, we're not done. Okay. This y squared minus 25 can still be factored. Okay. It is something called a difference of squares, where there is a shortcut to know about it, which you might refer back to our multiplying binomials to see what that shortcut might be, you just go in reverse. But in this case, okay, perhaps the easiest way to see this, how we can factor this. Okay. We're definitely going to have, well, looking at this, okay, a factor of y squared minus 25 will be y and 5, okay, with probably a negative thrown in there. Okay. So let's go ahead and just divide. Okay. So I'm going to work over here. And so, let's see. Let's go ahead and do y squared minus 25 divided by y minus 5. Okay. We can be pretty sure that y minus 5 is a factor. So let's make sure. Okay. We can do synthetic division because our value of k is 5, right, which comes from here, that 5 there. Okay, so we're going to set it up. We have the y squared plus 0y minus 25, which would mean that our coefficients are 1, 0, and negative 25. So we can take out those variables just to make everything nice and neat. Okay, at this point, and we put our value of k on the outside, that 5 there. Okay, and we're going to bring down the 1 first. Okay, then 5 times 1 is 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. And when added together, that gives us 0. Right? So this means that our other factor, since we have this remainder of 0, other factor would be y, right? 1y plus 5. So we can take this knowledge and, we have factored y squared minus 25 completely. Okay. So we have 5y to the 4th, and we know that y minus 5 was a factor, and when we divided, we had our quotient as y plus 5. Y minus 5 times y plus 5 gives us y squared minus 25. You might notice a little pattern there. Okay. So now we are down to our answer. That is our original problem. 5y to the 6th minus 125y to the 4th, factored completely, is 5y to the 4th times y minus 5 times y plus 5.